Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In the last video I recorded my reaction to the showcase. I wasn't very wordy in that video, I needed to get away from my emotions. But now I want to dive into the video in more detail, maybe spot something I missed. And let's honestly discuss whether this new adventure pack is worth it. So Dreamlight Valley presented the first adventure pack, Honeyglow Woods. This is a paid expansion to your valley, very similar to other DLCs, but a little smaller. Everything here is united by one theme. Honeyglow Woods is the Winnie the Pooh world. This suggests that there will be more adventure packs for other universes in the future. Unlike previous expansions, where the entrance is located at Stardust Port, you'll be able to enter Honeyglow Woods through the portal. This portal can be placed anywhere in your valley. But I'm wondering if it will be possible to move it to Wish Blossom Range, as it makes the most sense there. If not, I'll be very upset, and I think you too. I don't see this portal in my main valley. Honeyglow Woods introduced 3 new characters, each with their own quests and rewards. A lot of incredibly cool items, new resources, new animal companions, and to my surprise, a huge area for decoration. I'll start with the most important thing for me, the characters. In this pack we get 3 characters: Winnie the Pooh, Piglet and Eeyore. I love Winnie the Pooh and all his friends. I've been waiting for this moment since the very first day I started playing DLV in 2024. And now I wonder how they will add the rest of the characters to the game. Let's take a closer look at these characters. Winnie looks cute and pretty good. But there is something odd about his movements. In my opinion, his arms is too mobile, flexible I would say. But I like his walk, his poses. Overall, he's well done, but that bit with the arms bother me a little. Eeyore doesn't look like himself, but we know that Dreamlight Valley makes characters unique in their own way. Anyway, I think he looks really cute. I like him. And I'm not picky about Piglet, he is perfect. Just like I imagined him, 10 out of 10. Each character has their own house, and I think they are wonderful. Even Eeyore has his own house made of sticks. I suppose it will be like Cheshire Cat's tree or Tinkerbell's house. Of course, we'll have the storyline quests. Each character has their own quest to invite them to the valley, and friendship quest too. I hope we have a fun time. I don't like boring quests. We don't know exactly what the friendship rewards will be from what we saw in the video. I can only guess. But we do know what the outfits will be at 10 level quest rewards. So Winnie will give us this wonderful outfit in red and yellow colors. It includes red shortles with yellow pockets and floral and bee motifs on it. A long-sleeved yellow sweater. I suppose this is a one-piece outfit. We also see a cute red and yellow hat with small bear ears, and yellow boots and white socks with a flower motif. I think this outfit is pretty cool, I like it. Eeyore will give us a uniform style outfit that includes a blue plaid jacket and shorts. I don't know if these are separate pieces of clothing or just one outfit. We will also get a black beret with a small tail at the back, purple socks and dark blue shoes. This outfit is quite simple, but it perfectly represents Eeyore. I like it. Of course, Piglet will give us an outfit in his pink style. The first thing that catches my eyes is this cute pink hat with Piglet-style ears. Also, we see a pink jacket worn over the striped short that resembles Piglet's pattern, matching pink oversized trousers and pink shoes. And you've probably noticed that the only thing that is not pink is Piglet's green scarf. I hope all these pieces of clothing will be separate. So, in general, they have designed the wonderful outfits, and many will probably be glad that they are finally not dresses. It was not difficult to notice the other outfits too. For example, look at this dress and this new hairstyle. The shoes we already have. It's one of the Tiana's friendship rewards. We'll also get this beekeeper outfit. It's really cool. I like the colors and the honeycomb pattern. Here we see some equipment. I don't know how it's called in English. Bee smoker? It's a device for calming bees when inspecting hives. I wonder if there will be a special beekeeping hat. I would really like to have it. And you probably noticed this floral cardigan. I like it so much. Oh, and yellow rain boots. I guess we'll get this from Scrooge shop. We'll see if I'm right. Let's talk about the new areas. It comes with 4 brand new biomes: Drowsy Bloom Acre, Gloom Meadow, Brave Honeyglow, and Nectar Apiary. I suppose the map will be about the size of one section of Storybook Vale or one section of Wish Blossom Range. That's quite large, so I think it would be great for those who love decorating. This adventure pack also includes a new animal companion, Hedgehog, and a cute companion house too. There will be 4 of them, one for each biome. When I started thinking about what kind of animal might be in this expansion, I listed many forest animals, and Hedgehog was my first guess. And I was right. The pose with Hedgehog is so cute, but it reminds me of Miko pose. We'll get a lot of new plants, trees and bushes. After looking through every bush and every tree, I didn't find a single plant similar to all those that we already have. Not even any recolored trees. I really like the way the colors of trees are chosen. I was also pleasantly surprised to see Scrooge shop and Remy shaped like trees. It's brilliant. They fit the overall atmosphere perfectly. Also, let's take a look at the well skin. I like this shade of green color, I like this design. The well is located in different places, so I suppose there will be 4 wells for each biome, and we can move them. Of course, we'll have a goofy stall. How could we not have one? It looks in the same style as the well. Let's move on to resources. I made small collages of what I noticed in this video and put them all together. Maybe this will give you a better idea of how many new resources there will be and help you prepare a storage system for this adventure pack. So what do we see here? These are different seeds. We already have wheat and carrot seeds, of course, but we also see 3 new seeds. This is variety of white carrot. We also see it here in the garden. These are seeds of some kind of pumpkin. We also see it in recipes. And I have no idea what these seeds are. I was looking for something similar on the internet, but I couldn't find anything. If you have any ideas, please write in a comment. And what is milk doing here? We usually buy it at the restaurant. It's so strange. You've probably noticed a tree with chestnuts, and I also noticed this bush with berries. And looking at this picture, it looks similar. I suppose it's juniper. Looking at these ingredients, we see golden honey, which we can get by collecting honey from hives. Also, we see sweet jelly and some kind of plush fish. And this? It's hard for me to say what it is. It looks very strange. It's in the ingredients, so it must be something edible. I found a few spots where you can see it growing on the ground, so I guess it's some kind of mushroom. I looked at different pictures and it looks very similar to a black truffle. By the way, white mushrooms will also respawn here. I saw it on Gloom Meadow. As for other resources, we see an obstacle. It's the same as the night thorns in the valley. These obstacles also looks like Inky from Storybook Vale, but with a little honey added. We also see another obstacle, the stump with honey. I guess we will get this tree resin by removing this stump. Here we see oak leaves that spawn under the trees. Finally, I'm tired of sticks. But we will have this driftwood. I suppose we will catch it in a pond. Speaking of the gems, over here I noticed a rock spot with yellow gems. It's not clear yet whether this is a new or basic gem, but in the inventory we see a lot of different items. Maybe this is a new gem, or maybe not. I'm not sure about this. I can only guess. Also, we see 2 types of flowers. This one is foxglows, bee-friendly flowers. And I see only 3 colors: purple, yellow and pink. And this is a thistle. And here we already see 4 colors: white, yellow, red and purple. I don't know if there are any other types of flowers. That's probably all the flowers that we'll get. But also we'll look at potted flowers later. Honeyglow boots will also feature a new mechanic to the game – beekeeping. We'll finally start producing honey. I'm incredibly happy about this, because my dad is a beekeeper, and we have an apiary. I often help my dad with this work. I wore special clothes and beekeeper hat, but in the game getting honey will be much easier. As I understand it, we just need to place flowers around the bee house. The more flowers you place around, the more and faster honey will be produced. You can place a maximum of 6 flowers, and you need to wait only 10 minutes to collect the honey. This honey also gives us the opportunity to create an elixir for our watering can. Water the flowers and they will glow. Of course, you'll be able to craft different items and cook incredibly delicious meals with this honey. Speaking of the new items, let's take a look what we'll get in this adventure pack. This could be crafting items, or friendship rewards, or Scrooge shop. Just let's take a look at everything that I noticed. If I miss something, let me know. I care about every detail. I took screenshots, so the quality of pictures it's not very good. So let's start with this house. And I'm very curious. Does this mean we will get a new house skin in this adventure pack? The design fits the outfit perfectly. So this might be part of beekeeping quests. If we get this house for free, that would be amazing. I really like it. If you have another thoughts about this house, let me know in the comments. Next picture. Here we see a new wooden fence. I like low fences. I wish there were more low fences in the game. On the left, we see a tree with a swing and honey pots. We don't have many items like this. Probably only 3 that we can put outside. So one more swing, why not? It could be either a crafting item or a quest item. It's hard to say. But this item is clearly for Pooh's quest. There is a sign here, Pooh's thoughtful spot. This tree looks pretty good. There are glowing beehives hanging here, colorful garland, blanket. I like the colors. On the right side we see a bench with a lantern. Pretty nice. Moving on to the next picture. What immediately catches my eye is the new tile in a honeycomb pattern. Also we see a picnic blanket with basket. I think it's quest item, and maybe it has a terrible footprint because it gathers villagers for photo. But I hope it's just a regular item. Here we see a small wooden stool, new flower bushes, and this fence and the bench we've already seen. Next we'll get this path. I'm suppose this is a crafting item. It reminds me the tropical wood floor from Eternity Isle, but the wood structure and color are slightly different. And here have been added a leaf elements. Here we see the same bench as we saw before and new gazebo, which is pretty cool item. The color and style of the roof are identical to the well and the goofy stall. In the next picture we see many different trees, and there is a well, a gazebo, and this is a very interesting item. It's quite a high shelf if you compare it to trees, and there are many different honey pots from which a lot of honey flows. I thought the dripping honey should move, but it doesn't. I guess this is a crafting quest item. It's also not hard to notice this big hot air balloon. It's pretty good, but I think that's already built into the biome by default. It's too high up for a regular item, but I wouldn't mind having one. Now let's talk about the rainbow. Do you think we will have this in the sky? I just remember Wish Blossom Ranch, and in every video, even when the boys showed gameplay, the northern lights were everywhere. Where is it? They are not there. We didn't get it. And if you think about, well, we have Aurora Borealis in the premium shop. Yes, but this is not the northern lights that were originally supposed to be at Wish Blossom Ranch. They just decided to remove it. So will there be a rainbow here? I have doubt about this. Let's move on to the next picture. On the left we see another shelf. not as big as the previous one, and I don't think we can put anything there, or maybe only on the top shelf. This is not furniture item, this is a meal, but I think it would be really cool to use it as a decoration. On the right is a picnic blanket that we've already seen. And look at this cooking station. I really like the way it looks. There are a lot of items decorated like trees. Here is a flower box. It's pretty nice item, but if it's craftable item, maybe we'll get another type of flower, or maybe not. I don't know. I just like having a lot of resources. This is a more distant photo. And speaking of the flowers, we see another beautiful flower in a pot. Here is another photo where you can clearly see it. So I'm curious how we'll get this item. Also, we see these blue pots with foxglows, and it's definitely craftable item. If you know about flowers, I think you've already recognized that this is a camellia. It's look very similar, but I don't think there are camellias growing in the Honeyglow woods. So I guess it's Scrooge item. We'll see. What else? This armchair is so cool, and look how the branch entwined it. Here is honey pot on a small stool. I think this is one-piece item. Here is another honey pot. And this is a crafting table. Here is another picture where you can see it clearly. Also there is another small stool and rug. I think it's part of crafting table. Another honey pot. In the background you can see some kind of pot spewing water. We'll take a closer look at this item in another picture. Next, what we see around Pooh's house. A lot of honey pots, of course. Here we see blue shelf with honey pots. And this wonderful carpet with honeycomb and flower motifs. I guess this is a friendship reward item. And this mirror looks very familiar. Where have I seen it before? Move on to the next picture. Here we see a wardrobe with floral motif on it. The armchair that we just looked at, but from a different angle. And in addition to the armchair, we see a table in exactly the same style and pattern, and small wooden chairs to match it. It's like one set. On the table we see a honey pot, but there are flowers in it. Interesting. This is a new rug, and this lamp is familiar to me. And I found it. This is Piglet's lamp. Here we can look at the table, chairs and rug in more detail. Some meals are also presented here. We also see these incredibly beautiful trees with hanging lamps and honey pots next to them. Looks like an archway. I like it so much. And this is a separate lamp. It also matches the style of the furniture. Here is this lamp from a different angle. The lamp is shaped like acorn. It's very beautiful. This is your house, and behind it we see a hammock. And this item that we saw in the background, some kind of tiered honey pots that create a flowing waterfall effect. Very interesting item. This is a wooden bus stop, looks cool. On the left there is a wooden playground. This is from a different angle. It looks simple, but in a cartoon style, like it was drawn. Pretty nice. We'll also get a new meal. It's made in the same style as the Goofy stall, the well and the gazebo. I guess this is a craftable item. Or maybe it's like the meal from the storybook Vale, and it's in the trees section. Or it might be a blueprint, the same like we had in Wish Blossom Ranch. And this is quite likely, because here we see this sign, which means that this is a blueprint. And in order to craft this item, we need to collect some resources. If you look closely, you can see this item on this sign over there. A huge honey pot on a flower pedestal. This item can be seen in more detail in these photos. Here you can clearly see a huge honey pot and a honey spoon that a bee seems to be holding and lifting up. Also, the bee seems to fly around, but they're not moving. The bees models are made the same like in Wish Blossom Ranch. There are also other smaller honey pots and very beautiful flowers. I like the way the colors are chosen. I think everyone noticed the pond in the previous picture. It would be interesting to take a closer look, but I couldn't find it anywhere else. So what else can we spot here? This chair, and its very familiar pattern. I found a few images. This is the chair from Winnie the Pooh's room. The curtains also have the same floral patterns, so I hope we'll get it too. That's not all. We'll have a cozy fire pit with benches. And in this picture in the corner, we see a broom. And I remember a scene from Blustery Day when Piglet's sweeping and raking autumn leaves. And I really want these shelves with honey pots and this big honey pot too. There are a lot of new items, I think that's not all, and they didn't show us everything. But overall, I'm pleasantly surprised. Let's talk about the minigame. I think many people know it. This is a popular game in the Winnie the Pooh. Also, this game was in different Winnie the Pooh computer games. When I was a kid, I loved playing Tigger's Honey Hunt. Write in the comments if you have played this game too. I think it's a great idea to add this minigame. It's very easy, but I would be happy to play PoohSticks again. What do you think about this minigame? Now I want to talk about what I didn't like. Well, not exactly what I didn't like, but maybe it's more accurate to say what upset me. I imagine it a little differently. I probably hoped that this would be some kind of paid edition pack to Wish Blossom range, not a part 2. And yes, I understand that they need to sell it, and those who don't have Wish Blossom range won't be able to get this pack. I knew it wouldn't work that way. But I had already imagined it, and for me it was a perfect picture. Remember the green neon bee in Wish Blossom range when we first met Tigger? We never saw it anywhere else, and never got it, right? So I thought they saved this bee for this adventure pack. I imagined Tigger discover this bee, which would lead us through a dark tunnel, a portal, to the Winnie and other friends. And Tigger would be reunited with his friends. That's how I imagine it. I feel so sad for Tigger. It would have been better if they had created another character instead of Tigger in Pixie Acres, and include Tigger in the Honeyglow Woods. Of course, we often get characters from the same franchise in different places, but this is different. Tigger is in one DLC, and 3 characters are together in an adventure pack. Why did they separate them? I hope there will be some kind of quest to reunite Tigger with Winnie and the rest of his friends, like there was with Flynn and Rapunzel. I really hope so. They just didn't mention about this, and now I doubt that is possible. Also, what should we do with the Honeyfall biome? If they were planning on making Honeyglow Woods, they should have made something else instead of the Honeyfall biome. Or maybe I'm just being too picky. I just don't know what to do with Honeyfall biome now, and very sad about Tigger. But overall, I'm very happy with this new adventure pack, that will get so much stuff and even more than I expected. So whether you buy this pack or not is up to you. It's not mandatory. But if you love Winnie the Pooh like me, or you love Eeyore or Piglet or all of them, and you want to relive your childhood and experience the same emotions as before, I think it's worth it. If you love decorating, this is a great opportunity to get a new area and ton of new decor items. Now, this adventure pack is not as expensive as the other DLCs. The only thing I would like is more moonstones. And if you haven't played Dreamlight Valley yet, but are considering it, then getting the main valley and the adventure pack would be a pretty good deal. This pack is cheaper and has less characters, biomes, resources than other DLCs. And considering that the main valley has a ton of characters and quests now for new players, starting with this adventure pack instead of the other DLC would be a good decision. Also, if you purchase this adventure pack before July 22nd, you will get a dream style for Winnie the Pooh. They took inspiration from the real Winnie the Pooh's raincoat, but added a bee motif, and its look absolutely gorgeous. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment below to let me know if you'll be buying this pack, what you are most looking forward to, and what you liked or didn't like about this new adventure pack. I've expressed my opinion, I will definitely buy it, and I hope it doesn't disappoint me. I am looking forward to July 8. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye!